Alright guys, hey, Fly here, and we've got a little bit of an argument going on. We'll let YouTube be the deciders of this bullshit. The BlizzCon stuff just came out, and with Mist of Pandaria, with Mist of Pandaria, they're going to be changing the way hunters work. They're going, well, not even changing the way hunters work. They're giving you extra ways to go, so you're not screwed over half the time. They're taking away your melee.
That's a loss of a lot of things.
Oh, shut up! They're taking away your melee weapons. Oh no, that's just a stat stick right now for any decent hunter I've talked to. Ha! No, I'm kidding. But no, the way.
Oh, you really want to get into this?
No, I'm kidding, Max. Calm down. You're the best hunter I know. But it's still stupid to complain. They're taking away the minimum distance requirement. Essentially, what that's doing is it's giving you extra playability. It's giving you extra ways to play. That's how I see it. And
it's giving you, yeah, cool. I can understand the pro of that. You're going to be able to stack and still DPS with your bow or whatever, versus just having to beat things up, which right now admittedly does suck. But taking away our melee weapon isn't the right way to go here. A lot of people still enjoy that because that's the only vanity thing you ever see. So are we going to be able to see our bows on our characters now? For a lot of people, that vanity thing is important, especially with the way the transmog is coming out right now.
According to what Andy was saying, is they're taking away melee weapons for casters as well, and they're just allowing us to use wands.
No. I did not say that. No, I told you that they're giving.
Casters is ranged.
Yeah, casters, we're going to be able to have wands. Wands are going to be moved out of a range slot and put into main hands and itemized in such a way that they're viable main hands.
So do we get to see those in our main slot as well?
Say it again, Jesse?
Do we get to see those in our main slot like hunters would see it well?
I don't know. They didn't say that, but I imagine so. I mean, it's in your main hand.
But, okay, the biggest problem I have with this is that, hold on.
The Brewfest mug was in my main hand for a while, and it wasn't always visible. In fact, half the time it was, you know, just a random glowing aura.
Yeah, frosty mug. No, the biggest problem I have with this is that the entire time I leveled my hunter, and even now, when I play my class, I have to look at that and go, okay, I have a minimum range. I have to find creative ways to get around that restriction in order to play the class. Oh, I have to stack here, but I still want to be able to DPS. I stand in such turtle off the side. Or, oh, I have to, yeah. Or, oh, ads are coming in rather than DPS the ads. Especially as a marksman hunter, I'm just going to continue to tunnel boss because that's where I'm going to get my maximum DPS anyways.
Well, yeah, and you'll still be able to do that. That's not taking that away from you. You can still get your max DPS off that.
Because now people are going to come in to a top-level hunter. They're going to be like, oh, those ads are going to be beating me in the face. I don't need to worry about that melee that's supposed to be cleaning it up doing it. Instead, I'll do that, and then drop my DPS off boss.
That's arguing about utility now. What you were arguing about earlier was that it's going to
everything, dude. I'm not going to enjoy this at all.
Well, then don't play.
There's a high probability at this point of that.
But that's a silly thing to do, to not play because you don't have to make yourself do things. They're making it easier for some people, yes, but you can still play the way you want to. If you want to find creative ways to get around that, you can still do it. You don't have to, like...
So, Jesse, have you played Minecraft pre-release 4 yet?
Oh, shut the hell up.
No, this is WoW discussion time. We'll do a Minecraft rant later.
Okay. Just throwing this out there. You know how they call them huntards now, though? Now they don't have to, you know, stay away from things.
Yeah.
You still... Oh my god, how do you guys even think that's viable? You still have to stay away. You're male. You will die. You don't even have the same thing on your chamois. Like, you die on your chamois all the time from rats. Dude, you're gonna die.
So. Yeah,
you're going to die if you try and get in their face. You still have a minimum distance. That's the thing. You still have a minimum distance, but the minimum distance isn't set and laid out for you. Oh, I have a minimum distance laid out for me in number form. No, you have a minimum distance of not fucking up and getting killed. There's your minimum distance.
But it's not.
It is.
Because if that is, they might as well leave the 5-yard thing. Because I shouldn't be within the 5 yards anyways.
Well, don't be in it.
Cool.
I'm
Don't
a
take away my
warlock.
minimum distance. Because otherwise you're going to have retards that want to run up and lay traps at the feet of the guys. Because I have a trap launcher. It's a trap launcher.
That guy bought his account, and that has no bearing on this conversation. I'm talking about top-level hunters.
Hey, that guy was a trooper. He didn't complain once. Go lay that trap. Charges into
They're
the
not going to be in
enemies.
raids though. They're going to buy their account, and they're people that they try and join a guild and go into raids, and they're going to immediately
Raids or not, that's the kind of stupid crap we're gonna have to deal with in all of our
That's
GGs
gonna be
now.
that's gonna happen in a game with 11 million players. That's gonna happen. You're gonna get some retards. It's just gonna happen.
Well, now you have a lot more room to work with retards because you go, no, Hunter, you can't do that. No, Hunter, you're retarded. No, Hunter, don't do that.
Hunter, no hunting. Now.
Yes, pretty much.
Hey, thought.
Hmm.
Warlocks have no minimum distance.
You're right.
We pets.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm soloing a lot of my dailies, it's sometimes easier to just not bother with the pet because it goes away. If hunters want to be able to shoot their bow and they're soloing and they don't want to bother with their pet, if they attack something and it stands on top of them, they can't shoot their bow anymore.
But see, that's the thing, is our pet is approximately a third to just over a third of our DPS.
Right.
We need
so
that.
it's fine. Affliction Warlocks, their Fell Hunter is now a mass amount of DPS.
Okay, so why would you not? Why would you just drop off?
Because when I'm doing my low-level dailies, I don't want to bother standing there for
Well, yeah,
10
but that's
seconds
not
until I'm
low-level
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
At
low
that
level
point,
stuff. That's not.
I don't get in their face. I shoot them once or twice before they even get to me. They're dead. I mean, even right now I'm doing the daily for the polar bear mount out in Brunhildar village, and one of the dailies that's possible is I have to talk to a challenger and then I have to fight them, and I mean I have to be close enough that I can talk to them, and then I
Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I have to take a 5-yard jump back and then shoot them once, and the whole time they're chasing after me because my pet doesn't have any way to get aggro off of that yet. But it's still not a problem. I mean, it's low level stuff. I'm not even using my pet at that point because I don't need it. I can 2-shot them or 1-shot them with a chimera shot.
I don't know. I'm extremely happy with the way that they're taking everything, especially with warlocks.
This is a hunter discussion.
Yeah, it could be a
doesn't
WoW
matter.
discussion.
No. It can just be a Mrs.
They
Pandaren.
should bring back mana. Yeah,
Bring back mana for hunters.
totally.
Back when I was first playing my hunter, we had this ability. Somebody can leave a comment and tell me, or just PM me, because if you know my feelings about comments. But essentially, we used to have this ability that sucked up a bunch of our mana, but did massive AOE damage, and it's kind of like our, what a warlock
Like
has
volley or
now.
something?
I think it was volley, but somebody told me that volley did something else, so I might be off. It was a couple years ago. But I was a wee little lad.
Essentially, it's multi-shot now, but it was for only a certain number of targets.
No,
right?
no,
It
no,
wasn't-
no, no, no,
it
no,
was
no,
with
no.
the,
AoE.
No, it was
Like,
an AoE. Everything,
with
like, it's
radius.
kind of like my Rain of Fire right now. My Rain of Fire hits everything inside the circle I place on the ground.
Yeah, the one with all the arrows came down.
Yeah,
from the sky.
yeah, this just came down on the sky. That thing, that was fun. I enjoyed that. And never on my hunter did I ever find myself going, oh boy, my minimum range is coming up. I better watch out on that. I knew to stay away.
You aren't shooting those arrows though, so I don't really have a problem with understanding that. It's not like you were loading 60 arrows into your bow, going right in, shooting them straight up in the air.
Well, no, that would be feasibly impossible, especially with a low roof
So is shooting a bow from 1.5 feet away.
Well, that's it's not
I guess
something.
you're arguing
easily
about physics,
impossible.
and then you're arguing about whether or not something is reasonable, and then you're also, saying, well, this is totally reasonable, but this isn't.
And I'm also arguing about the mechanic. I don't like that they're changing this mechanic. Right now, when I play my hunter, that's a big part of me playing hunter, is looking at that minimum distance and understanding that it's important and finding ways to work around it, like I said.
Well, you're still gonna have a minimum distance. You're gonna have the ability
Max,
to
is that
watch
you
out.
running around the auction house.
Yeah, I'm doing laps, dude. I do this when I'm
I'm doing the same
Agitated.
thing.
ranting,
Yeah.
usually.
Well, I'm setting you to follow. So.
All right, cool.
But
And
no,
you're
we pretty much said what I guess we have to say about the about the hunter thing. But
Hunters, yeah.
warlocks, big changes coming.
Yay, Warlock.
Yeah, Jesse and I are extremely stoked about this. I play a Destro lock, and he plays an Afflic demo lock. I've tried Affliction. I do a little bit more DPS at it, but I just don't like the feel. So I'm pretty much
Technology's more
sticking
fun,
with.
but Affliction's higher DPS on single target.
Yeah.
I'm a Death Knight, and we're gonna kick the shit out of
No
everyone.
one gives a shit about it.
Oh my god, but no, changes for warlocks. That's what I was trying to
Our
get at.
major freeze
You're wearing
does damage now.
It's a stun, not a freeze.
Yeah, it's a stun now. It's beautiful.
But no, warlocks. We're affliction warlocks. You're getting a new resource. Well, actually, old resource. Soul shards. So apparently, screw you, affliction warlocks. Now, demo warlocks. You're getting demonic fury. It's a build up, kind of like rage. And
Metamorphosis now isn't a cooldown to pop. It just happens.
Yeah. You
it just happens over time. Okay.
No.
That's
You
cool.
build up your damage, and then eventually you just suddenly become a demon.
No.
Damn it, Max! You got me stuck on a pumpkin. You bastard.
I'm sorry.
No. What happens with demonic fury is you build it up and then you transform. You trigger the transformation.
Oh, so it's like an alternate power.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, so for anyone that plays Unholy Death Knight, it's kind of like the
Runes.
transformation with your pet.
Yeah.
No,
I'm thinking
I
it's
would
more
say.
like
Rage.
rage.
I would, from what I understand from watching BlizzCon, I would say it's more of a rage kind of thing, like building it up with a warrior, what I'm playing right now, and then when you hit a certain amount, you just trigger it and you go into it, and it can be triggered more quickly. It's not so much a cooldown now as it is just something you use once you get a little bit of build-up DPS. Now the one I'm super excited for, super pumped for, is me, my Destro my lucky luck. No, my Destro luck.
Lucky ducky.
Fuck you. He's going to, I think it's called Infernal Embers is what we're using. I think it's called. We build up, and then we trigger, we get hotter and hotter and hotter because we use fire, and then we burst into flames, and our conflagrates and our other nukes do massive amount of damage.
That sounds kind of nifty.
Yeah.
Why are they giving Locks all this awesome stuff?
Because
meanwhile-
we've been screwed over, like, the past, like...
X number of patches. We don't get anything new ever.
Hell,
And
Death Knights are OP
have you
already, and we're
seen-
getting a 20% buff.
Have you seen Tier 13 for us? It's just cry face.
Okay, at least you don't have an eye patch over both eyes.
That's
so-
cool. Why do you complain
it's
about
not.
that?
That's
It's
terrible.
awesome.
You're
This
a
is as bad
rager.
as
That's
shooting a bow
blind.
from a foot and a half away.
Do you know how cool that is?
At least I'm not gonna worry about shooting them from a foot and a half away if I got no eyes. I know I'm gonna hit 'em.
It basically says, "Hey, I'm a hunter and I'm so good with my bow, I don't even need to see you."
I'm
No,
also
it
good
says
at
I'm
shooting
per
from a
derp
half
target.
away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, it's like Kenpachi
Okay, when
Zaraki
was the last time you heard
from
about a sniper
Bleach.
that covers both his eyes and tries to shoot things?
It's like Kenpachi Zaraki from Bleach. He has like a freaking patch over his hide to make him less powerful. That's basically what's going on here.
But he doesn't have two of those patches.
He gets blinded in one of the episodes, but this isn't an anime discussion. So yeah, there's warlocks. I'm totally stoked about that. Warriors, I've got a buddy in this guild who we raid with, and well, not really.
You
I
don't
guess
have friends.
fuck you. And he doesn't like it because essentially what's going to happen is
Blightstorm isn't there till 90.
yeah,
That's
the
just
way
bitching.
they're yeah, it's just complaining. How when you're in a guild where you raid and a new patch or not a new patch, but a new expansion comes out and increases the like level you can get to, how long are you going to be below the max level? 2, maybe 3 days? You're not.
Assuming, okay, but say the new patch comes out and for some reason something is introduced at high level that I really like
Mhm.
for a class I don't play, like a druid.
Mhm.
I don't play a druid right now,
Uh-huh.
but say they get some ability that I go, wow,
minimum
I want to
range.
do that.
Mhm.
Shut up. I want to do that as a druid. Now I have to go from the beginning, which from what you told me, they're changing that mechanic for back at hunters. They're changing that mechanic completely, so that the entire time I'm leveling, things are going to be completely different.
Well, that's always been that way, though. If you're complaining about something that's been a
No, it's
base
not.
mechanic since the beginning of WoW, getting the cool abilities have always been something you have to wait for. You've got to
Whether-
level up through. You've
Whether
got to
I'm
wait.
level 5 or whether I'm level 85, I still have to keep that minimum distance in mind the entire time.
No, you're talking about abilities right now. You're saying, well, what if I want to have a cool ability on my druid? That's always been the same way. Right now, I'm trying to level up towards my Titan's grip. I'm not going to have it right now, but I've got to level up to it. You always have to do that. That's
Titan's
been the
Grip
way.
is so fucking awesome.
Yeah, it really is. But it's been the
Watch,
way
they take
WoW's
that
been
away
since
too,
the
just to
beginning.
piss you off.
It's just
You'll
it's
hit what 68 and you'd be like, yeah, and you get 69.
If
like,
the talent tree is any, or if the level tree, the spec tree as it is now, since we're gonna be, I guess I can kind of explain that real quick. Now you're gonna get core abilities that every warrior is gonna get, and then for going into a spec, you get certain abilities at each level and everything as you go up. That are kind of like how you go now. You just learn your abilities and everything at certain levels, but they're just given to you. And also you learn your abilities in the field. You don't have to go to your trainer anymore. Trainers are just going to be used for respecking.
That's okay. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
like
that's
that
nice.
idea.
That's making it smoother for ults and stuff. You don't have to go back.
I hate going, especially on like my prot warrior or whatever. I'll go times where I don't have trained 3 or 4 things because I get in a groove that works. And right now, all I do is devastate. That's all I have to do. That's literally my rotation.
Oh my god, fucking
on the
devastate
Hunter I've been
is too
trying
strong.
to play, there's like 30 abilities that I'll have to learn at a time because I'll get to like level 12. I'll have my aim shot, steady shot, and arcane shot, and I won't go back to town.
Until you hit like level 60 on a hunter right now for marksman. The only thing that you have to do, you need arcane shot and steady shot, and that's all. Once you hit above that, you'll actually be using your other abilities.
Right. So now you'll just be getting
maybe
that
trank
stuff.
shot depending on.
Stopping in for multi shot's pretty nice though.
But now basically you'll be getting trained in the field, which I think is really neat for alts and everything. But
yeah, that's kind of cool. Except for, so right now, in order to get my Chimera shot, I had to hit level 69. Am I going to get Chimera shot because that is my core marksman ability? Am I going to get that at like whatever level 11 when I spec into marksman?
I don't know. It's not in the talent tree for hunters, so I'm assuming that you're going to have it.
Now,
It's going to be one of those
Max,
abilities that's given to you for being, in your spec. So it's just going to be given to you when you get to the right level. I'm assuming you'll have it before level 90 because the next ability they're going to give you is 87. That's going to be the new set of abilities is 87 for everybody who's like already 85. You're going to get 86 and then 87 you'll hit the you'll hit the new ability, you'll get your new ability. You'll get 88, 89, then 90 and you'll get your new talent. I'm guessing from what I've seen so far.
I would have really enjoyed it if they just left talent trees the way they are right now, and they gave us an extra 5 points because there are other things as a hunter that I would like to put points into.
That would be so OP.
Yeah, exactly. But we're level 90 anyways, so
They would still have to revamp the talent tree so that people can't push to the 3rd tier.
Would that let you get into what was the ability you wanted, Max?
Because
I just
said
that they wouldn't let you.
I think the way that this is supposed to be setting up is that you're going to be getting all those abilities that you want to spec into, like the cookie cutter builds that you pretty much have to go into. You're going to be getting that just for being like, a marksman hunter.
Now, when I was looking at the talent trees that you showed me, I just saw rows of 3 talents, and that was it for any level. Does that mean that you can just skip back and forth and pick whatever you like, or you have to go with a specific row?
Here's how it works. I was explaining it, and then we got kind of sidetracked. The way it works is you get your core abilities for being your whatever class, then you get your spec abilities, which you get as you level up, and then every 15 levels you get a talent, and what the talent is you choose between one of 3 abilities. And these abilities are all really powerful, it seems like, from what I've seen so far. Like,
So you have your class abilities that you learn as you level up, and that's always been like that. And then you pick a talent tree, and you get talents for that. And then you get class-wide talents as well.
No. See, what you're thinking is you get talents. No, you get abilities now.
Instead of talents. So, say right now.
So what are you getting for being in a spec?
You're getting your talents for that spec.
But you just said we're not getting talents.
Right now, two of the big abilities that I have to talent into in my talent tree are Master Marksman and Marked for Death. They're really important, and
you're going to be getting them just for...
I really need those. Just for being a marksman hunter, I'm going to get those now.
Yeah, exactly. So that's essentially what's happening. It's taking away the need to talent into that stuff because basically what they said at Blizzcon is we wanted to avoid cookie cutter builds. We wanted to give people choices so that if they stood next to a hunter that's like, a marksman spec right next to them, they'll have like different stuffs. But it just ended up with, as you guys can tell, you guys raid, you've got to have like certain abilities or you're just not capable of doing the right amount of DPS.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to get around the cookie cutter build type.
But that's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing with this. What they're taking is they're giving you 3 talents like to choose from every 15 levels, and these abilities aren't going to significantly like increase or
example is
decrease.
The polymorph one for mages.
It doesn't matter if it increases or decreases it. There's still going to be an ability that everyone considers best. But we're not going to get into the whole BIS discussion that we usually have of who determines what's BIS.
Yeah.
At some point, there's still going to be a cookie-colored build that is expected of, say, a marksman hunter to have, because that is what everyone generally
Pulls out highest
best.
deeps.
It just pulls the highest DPS.
No,
or
that's
it
what
does
that's
the
what
best
that's what
movement
these
or-
are supposed to avoid. These talents are supposed to be, maybe this one will give you some DPS here, but this one will give you DPS at a different spot, or some of the talents.
The top tier talent for druids,
Mhm.
all of them allow you to do things outside of your current spec. They have nothing to do with your actual spec.
Yeah, exactly. Like one of them lets you heal if you're not in that spec.
My-
We'll continue this. Hold on. We'll continue this in about 30 seconds. I'll be right back, ladies and gents. All right, ladies and
We're
gents,
all
we're
back.
back. Yep.
Yay.
All right. So where were we when I had was interrupted?
Now we're talking about drunken pandaren.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so-
they're gonna be the new dwarfs essentially.
No. This is what I said. I want to see a buff for being
Mhm.
drunk. Like right now, you guys watched the other videos of the dungeons. I'm assuming, anyways. And
Running around drunk.
I always run around drunk on my dwarf. I enjoy playing the dwarf that way. It's how a dwarf should be played, in my opinion, in an RP sense or whatever. Dwarves are always drunk. Pandaren are the same way in the Warcraft universe. They're always drunk. They're notorious for being brewmasters.
That's what they're
And
called. The
that's
tank
what they're
is a
called.
brewmaster.
Yeah.
That's what the tanks are called. The monks
Oh, that's
have
awesome. That's
the monks
awesome.
have three. They have the they're basically kind of like paladins and druids.
I want to see a buff come around for drinking alcohol for dwarves and Pandaren.
What do you think it would buff?
Like as a racial type thing.
Sam.
The stam? Give you a buff to stam? Well, the Pandaren are supposed to be
hardy
more of a I think it would buff more of their like maybe agility
Now, wait a
because
minute,
they're
wait.
supposed to be more of a balance in the world, kind of like a Chinese feng shui kind of thing.
So they're gonna be more like a druid tank versus
Yeah, they're definitely going to be they said it
Alright.
at
we need
BlizzCon.
another agile tank, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're
Because
definitely going to be agile
There's
tanks.
a lot of mechanics that druid tanks are the only ones that can properly do right now.
There has to be more gear for it too.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna now with this extra one, druid tanks. Hopefully, you guys will be able to get more gear because
Hoping
they're gonna have to
premium.
itemize it correctly for their new fucking specs and new classes. Also, another thing, pandas can't be Pandaren. If you guys, anybody watching this is
Death
wondering,
Knights.
Death Knights obviously they can't be Death Knights and they can't be Warlocks. But one other one that really caught my eye and made me laugh was they can't be Druids. And the reason given for that was, well, you're already a bear. What are you gonna do? Turn into a bear?
Well, the same thing with Warden. You're already a wolf, but I don't understand that.
You don't have a wolf form though. You turn into a cat or you turn into a
Be a shamming
bear.
full form.
Yeah, but but you can't be a Worgen chamois
naturally.
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 Who's on first?
No, I'm serious. I really enjoy like playing the dwarf that way, and I would love to see something like that, especially if they're
Right.
introducing a whole class that's called the Brewmaster. Give me a buff.
It's
for
not
being
a class. It's a spec.
Alright,
It's a spec.
It's a spec.
Okay,
It's the
so-
tank spec.
Okay, you're saying it's a tank spec for Pandaren though, but I thought Pandaren was gonna be a race.
Yeah, no. Pandaren
monks.
are going to be a race, but monks are going to be the class that
Monks.
they're bringing.
Okay,
in.
see, you haven't mentioned monks yet.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, my bad. Sorry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you monks. They are going to be able to have 3 tiers.
With no auto attack.
Yeah, no auto attack. They're taking that completely away from monks. Monks build up chi, or energies and kind of stuff.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, they.
I might
And
leave my
Pokemon.
hunter in the trash. And, oh, shut up! I don't even want to talk about that stupid. Oh my god.
But essentially, what's going to happen is I'm paraphrasing here. I might be wrong. I know that the tank is called Brewmaster. I think the healer's called like Mist.
Healer monk?
Yeah, it's going to be a healer monk.
Mistweaver.
Mistweaver or something like that.
Okay.
And my dog's whining. Fucking dogs, animals, that thing's. The DPS is definitely going to be called Windwalker. I remember that one.
Yeah, yeah. That was in it was in Warcraft 3 though. You could when you split the drunken or Brewmaster Pandaren hero, you
Mhm.
got those 3. I don't remember what the healer one was called, but you got the Brewmaster, the Windwalker, and the one that was the fire one, that was the DPS one.
Right. But essentially what's going to happen with the monks is it's going to be heavily martial arts based, but they'll be able to use two-handed staves and I do believe one-handed swords. And basically what they'll do is they'll use their martial arts to build up...
quarterstaffs.
Yeah, essentially. They'll use their martial arts to like build up chi and that kind of stuff, points in like light and dark energy, kind of like a... kind of like the druids have, only plus rogues, so kind of like, you know how...
Helmet.
So they're gonna have two different forms of energy now?
No. See, it's one form, but it's you know how druids have like the bars that go like, you know, the sun energy
Solar
and the
power.
solar and well, imagine the bar only in the points form. So there's like points for light energy, and then there's points for dark energy that you can have at the same time. And
you can have both of them at the same time.
From the picture that they showed at Blizzcon, it looks like and essentially what happens is when you build up so many of those points from using your main attack or whatever, your jab apparently is what that's called,
or a strike or whatever.
Yeah, whatever they decide to call it. You essentially use your finishers, which use your weapons. So you'll like build up with like kung fu and that kind of stuff, kung fu.
And then beat the shit out of them with a staff.
Or like a sword.
See, I might, if they're introducing a whole monk class, and I might look at picking up the tank spec of that, because if it from the way I play my warrior right now as a tank, I enjoy that, getting in their face and just beating on them more than just like the druid form of tanking that I've seen so far, which is basically swipe and hold your aggro, and then avoid everything. I enjoy that I'm blocking and parrying and all that sort of stuff, and that's what I imagine that a monk is going to be played like. So I might drop the hunter and just pick up a monk.
All right. I'm just to piss off the people in my guild and on my server and that kind of stuff, I'm going to roll a human monk. I'm not going to roll a pandaren.
Any monk that's going to be a tank spec is going to be a called the brewmaster.
Apparently, yes, that's what it looks like. Again, everything that I'm saying right now is not set in stone. This is just what they were saying at Brewfest, BlizzCon.
I don't want to add you as a friend, Barbara Grommel. I don't even know what you are. Just go away. Random Skype people.
This advertisement of Skype brought to you by Fly My Tie
I saw
Enterprises.
you and you were looking kind of cool. No, I'm not looking cool. I'm having a rant about WoW right now that I'm gonna put on the internet so that everyone can watch it. Pretty much. I don't know.
Wow.
And I mean, I've looked at Death Knight tanking as well, and I don't like the way that plays. I'm definitely excited to get a new tank class.
Right.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited about it too. I've always wanted like a class, kind of like a ninja thing. That'd be kind of cool. So, yeah.
Cough, Rose, cough.
Yeah, that's kind of a road.
Sorry I was away, but maybe you answered this. What kind of armor do monks wear?
Leather.
They're gonna be leather. Okay. You know what would be awesome?
I was like,
Cloth wearing tank. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Once again, Max, I've already said this.
Not in this video.
Not in this video.
But yeah, all right. So let's get more of this going. Bryan, we haven't really talked to you about this. You're a big Death Knight boy. You love your Death Knight. From the changes that you've seen so far, what are you excited about for Death Knights, or you're pissed off about, and I can argue back at you with?
I can move things down to 15% movement speed, and I can finally fucking catch them. I have an AoE death grip. I can catch things.
That's gonna be an interesting mechanic for the Hunter versus DK battle that we do personally, because between the change in minimum range that I absolutely hate, now it's not going to matter if you pull me that close to you for that period of time, because I can still get away. Yeah, I can. And especially, I mean, I already have scatter shot or whatever that I can shoot you in the face, and you're stunned for whatever, like 3 seconds.
Because for some
4
odd
seconds,
reason he decided to be a
4
Draenei
seconds.
and not give himself a free
Yeah,
movement.
yeah.
The
Well,
self heals were a good idea.
Self heals are better
I wanted to be a tank in the beginning.
Self heals don't matter if you're stunned.
Totally does. It's
No, it
it's a
doesn't.
hot.
You can't
I
pop
do
it
it
off
before he shoots me in the face, and there we go.
yeah. Yeah. With Gift of the Naru being a hot, it is, in my opinion, much better for
So bring up
PvP.
the. All right. Brian, bring up the talents. Let's see. What are you thinking about taking on each of the tiers?
Shit. Well, I want the explosive bodies just because that sounds fun.
Yeah, that's
sounds like
when
a
I
lot
first
of fun.
saw that, I was like, that's what Brian's gonna go for. I can already tell you.
Explosive body. I'm sorry.
You get a corpse explosion. Read that off, Brian.
Corpse
I don't have the
explosion.
link right now.
I don't have the link right now either. But I'm gonna
Well,
go get
basically,
the
what it does
original
is you place it on you kill an enemy, and you target his corpse, and you use corpse
Link
explosion,
though?
and it deals like so much shadow damage as an AOE, like it explodes.
So we're turning Death Knights into Necromancers then from Warcraft 3 because you could do something like
and
that with a
my
talent.
freezing
Well,
shit.
And you could train
Yeah.
at the Necropolis
Right.
My
Right.
from
freeze.
Warcraft 3.
Is so fucking awesome
Uh-huh.
because now it does frost damage, which will be affected by my mastery.
Right.
So it's going to apply.
You're not gonna see any of that on the dummy though.
No, you're right. Motherfucking training.
Maybe they'll change that. The one that I was really excited about is some of the talents that you can
do
go
7.
into, like Asphyxiate, like you were talking about earlier. Asphyxiate is a better version of Strangulate, and it replaces your Strangulate. You no longer have Strangulate, but you get a better version of it. I
But
like that.
It's a silence that I can just keep using.
Yeah, right.
Giving up in exchange for that.
You get Asphyxiate is basically a better version of Strangulate.
Okay,
Death
but
Knight.
from what I understand of what you're telling me about the new talent system, how it's gonna work,
Right.
is I'm going to get one ability in exchange for giving up 2 others. And that's the way that they're gonna get around these cookie cutter builds.
What do you mean give up one ability in exchange for 2 others?
You don't have that link anymore, do you, Andy?
You're gonna get,
I've got it right here.
you're
but,
gonna get
it
3.
might-
You're gonna get 3 choices each time. Whatever you get,
You get one
2
choice. You get to choose one every time
Yeah,
you.
one of 3, though, right?
Right.
Okay. So I get to pick one, and I have to give up 2 others.
Not necessarily. These talents are the way that they're
Hungry
saying it
cold.
now is they're
it's
going to be
called.
able to be hot swappable essentially. It's going to be about as simple as it is to switch out a glyph. So you go into a battle and you're like, oh hey, I'm going to need like for with the corpse explosion
no
thing.
one switches out. No one switches out glyphs in the middle of the. Oh, I'm going into a BG. Let's switch over my
Yeah, they do.
glyph of arcane shot. No.
I know several people who do that.
Well, then they're retarded.
No, they're not.
That's the
They
reason
just
I have
want
2
to
marksman
min-max.
specs.
Yeah, you're switching glyphs. That's what you're doing.
Oh no, actually, I'm switching talent points. I got about 3 different points that are different.
Right,
My 2
right.
Specs,
But no, the way this is going to work is, well, I imagine, I don't have insider information, I'm just little old me, but the way I see this working is you go, oh hey,
Lol,
This
little you.
this fight is going to be like against Shanox or something. I'm going to have 2 dead corpses on the ground before we get to the burn phase. I'm not going to need corpse explosion. So let's switch it over to
I was gonna say as opposed to living corpses, but there are zombies in this game, so.
yeah.
Which
So
is
let's
something
switch it to
say,
something
classic,
else.
Classic NEF. You had 40 bodies on the ground.
Right, exactly.
Kaboom!
Lots of explosions, lots of AoE. Like the Beth fight, you might choose to take, corpse explosion because
Because you got spiderlings all over
yeah,
the place.
exactly. You're gonna have spiderlings everywhere, and if you can get the tank to be properly intelligent and tank it over towards the spiderlings, take the drone over like a corpse or something, and then the spiderlings follow around like stupid little lemmings.
You know what would be
Explosion,
fun?
damage.
That bitch at the end of Stonecore with all the
Corla,
acolytes.
isn't it? Or is that
Do
Corla?
those corpses don't persist, do they?
I don't think so. Not through the whole battle,
do
but
they?
part of
You
it.
think they'd stay long enough to start a chain reaction?
I don't know that you can do a chain reaction.
Well, every
See,
target that
now,
has a
are you
disease
talking
put on it.
Does
Are
that
you
mean the
talking like a
corpse is gonna
fuse of corpses here? I don't understand where you're going with this.
I'm just saying.
I just had this vivid image of Brian like standing over like just a valley of corpses.
Suddenly the valleys is much, much larger.
That's what we'll make them. We'll give them all a what is it? The corpse carrier,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll
Yeah.
ride around in that, and then they'll throw bodies at things and then
And
make them explode.
I'm not sure how much relative damage this is going to do though. The
Now,
corpse explosion, like as an
How is
AOE.
that gonna work in PvP? Will you still be able to get to your body if it explodes?
I don't know, but how often do you go to your body to res in PvP? I generally wait for the AOE heal.
In the world?
Oh,
yeah.
in the world?
Yeah.
Don't know.
I'm sure.
They can just
Maybe they'll-
detonate your corpse, and then you have to res at the graveyard.
You know that
sounds
one
kind of
corpse
shit.
that's left over by Goldshire where the guy got eaten by the Murlocs and it left like random bits? You probably
The
res
chest
from that.
cavity.
Yeah.
Open. What am I opening?
Yeah. What exactly is going on here? This game's
you
T
know.
for teen, correct? Did I miss something?
Well, with this whole Pokemon battle thing, it's definitely gonna be TV.
Oh right, yeah. We're okay. Let's get into that. On my screen right now, if you're still watching, if you haven't been bored to death by the passing Azeroth landscape, you can see Marcablo, which I obviously got for purchasing the BlizzCon ticket, the virtual ticket. And essentially, these companion pets, yes, these ones are going to be able to level up to level 25, and you'll be able to battle them against other
Lions,
wild
Blues.
pets.
Side of another game.
You'll be able to like battle them against wild pets and capture
Deception.
those wild pets to add to your team of pets, and then you'll take those pets and you'll travel around the world trying to be the very best, like no one ever was.
Yo, dog, I heard you like pets, so now your pets are gonna get pets, so you can pet while you pet.
And you're gonna like beat masters, and essentially what you do as you level up, you'll have like different item slots that you can. Maybe gems can be put into those, trying to
Oh
acquire.
god, I don't want to put a gem in a. Oh, I have enough hard time keeping gems in my own gear, let alone my pet's gear. If it's gonna be
Really,
level
right now?
25.
Like on your hunter right now, you're having a
Yeah,
hard time.
dude, like
Seriously?
240 gold for a delicate Inferno ruby. It's kind of
Well, yeah,
ridiculous.
naturally, but you're not replacing it that quickly, are you, dude? It's been a while since.
It depends on the piece of gear. I'm getting to the point right now where I'm in almost all 365s or 378s. So no,
Yeah,
I'm
exactly. Same
just getting
here.
More.
I'm
But-
already at that point. Like I've got 2 pieces I need to replace, and neither of them are going to give me new gems, so I'm not really in a hurry for it. I
But
need-
seriously, if you're like starting this over, well, like, you hit 85, and you go from what 333, 316, something like that, and you have to get to 378, and every time you replace something, I'm regemming 2 or 3
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I don't
Going
understand
from
people who do
359
that.
to 378.
And for every Bold Inferno Ruby, it's 200 gold.
You guys
Yeah.
are expensive. On my server, it's like 100 to 150 at tops. And that's if I can't get
Yeah.
like a guildie to give it to me for free.
But then I started pulling air out of rocks.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter to you, does it, Mr. Engineer? Seriously, guys, engineers plus miners equal most OP fucking combination ever.
Dig up Elementium. Oh look, volatile air. Oh look, volatile water and fire.
All right. So, what else
The
is happening?
occasional Earth.
I know that a lot of warriors are going to be pissed off because you're going to have to wait till level 90 to get the your Blade Storm, Shockwave, or the Avatar, which is a new ability that you're going to be getting, which I think is going to be cool. I'll probably spec into that on my warrior for a little while.
I definitely that kind of an ability was something that so far has been missing. It's been important for stuff like Meriden or whatever from
Yeah, right, naturally.
Warcraft 3. I do like that they're pulling a lot of old stuff but not like they did with Kata, where Kata they pulled old stuff from within WoW.
Right.
A lot of the old stuff got revamped or whatever like that.
Aha. Death Knight changes. There we go.
But the stuff in Mr. Pandaren sounds like a lot of it's going to be coming from Warcraft 3, which there is a lot that they just left on the cutting floor when they started putting together Wadalk and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, this is Mr. Pandaria. I can't remember who said it. I think it was somebody on the WoW Insider podcast. But basically what they said is with the death of Deathwing, well, essentially WoW is going to be starting its own new story. All ties to Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 are pretty much going to be severed in place of a new, just a completely new open. And yeah, Chris Metzen said it himself when he came out and started talking, because I always pay rapt fucking attention when Chris Metzen starts talking. If he was gay, I would totally have a bromance for him. I don't care. But he basically said that the next expansion, the war is going to be kicking up between the Horde and Alliance. Shit's about to get real, and I'm extremely happy about that. Like they were.
It makes me happy.
It makes me extremely happy.
It makes me happy how they describe your silences and stuns for Death Knights. Oh, I froze your brain. Stop thinking now. Oh, asphyxiate. I lifted you off the ground and crushed your throat. Try talking now.
I think of asphyxiate. Honestly, I know I'm probably gonna catch some flack for saying this if a good number of people watch this, but I honestly think asphyxiate is just WoW's answer to death grip, or not death grip, but Lord Vader's death grip, because of KOTOR coming out.
Grip.
Choke.
Force grip.
Yeah, force grip. It's a death grip.
Force, choke, force something.
Force or whatever.
It has been too long.
Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't even played Knights of the Old Republic 2 in a long time.
Oh, and Death Knight's get another self-heal.
Oh?
Really? What are they getting
Death
self-heal?
Siphon. Consumes the Death Rune to deal X amount of damage based off your type power and shit. Healing Death Knight for 75% of the damage dealt.
Right.
So it's a Death Rune. The runes that I don't often use in Frost.
Well, Death Runes can be used on anything, can't they?
No. Did I say? Yeah, a Death Rune. Sorry, I was thinking Unholy. But.
Right. But yeah, so there's that, and well, what else new did I hear?
Anyway.
Happy news.
Considering that now I'm gonna have 173% haste.
Oh, you scare me. Why? Wow, why do you give Death Knights such OP abilities?
That's okay. Now
They love us. We're the only hero.
One at a time.
Minimum range.
I want to be a pandaren Death Knight. That's what I want.
No, you can't be. How intimidating would a little bear be?
When it grabs your throat and crushes it and then throws you onto the ground at my feet and stabs you in the back. Pretty damn intimidating.
I
still think you would be killed by cuteness.
I want my drunk buff, and literally that will keep me in WoW. I get a buff for being drunk.
I'm sure there's already some alcohol that does that for you.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, there is.
Isn't there the companion goblin bitch you summon and she gives you alcohol?
Yeah.
Doesn't she give you a buff?
No, it doesn't give you a buff. That's the other thing. So what? We're gonna have brewmasters that got the brewmaster title now? That's kind of strange. I mean, they couldn't. Yeah, that's what they were called in Warcraft 3, but they couldn't have come up with something a little bit more creative, or all brewmaster titles going to be changed to something different for brewfest.
I don't imagine that it'll be different because there'll be a brewmaster spec, but there'll be a monk, so it'll be a brewmaster monk.
So, in other words, I just need to go reserve some sort of name involving alcohol, so I'll be Brewmaster Alcohol, the Brewmaster.
Yeah, do it now, because you'll be able to reserve it now as a character with even if it's a different type of character, the name's still reserved.
Yeah, it's just like it was with Kata.
Yeah, exactly.
Cat Bear Wolf.
The ode of Cat Bear Wolf. But yeah, so yeah, there's one other thing, a huge talent that I noticed that I doubt that they'll change too much, and I think it's gonna just make, as much as they want to avoid the cookie cutter build as they want to do with talent and everything, they essentially institutionalized a cookie cutter tank healer of priests, because if you don't have a priest on your main tank in raids with this new ability that's coming out, then you're insane. You're literally insane because it makes it so much easier. What's the ability called again, Jesse? Void swap or something?
Not void. Look it up. I just know what it does.
Can I interrupt while you're looking shit up?
The link's still in the thing, Jesse. You should be able to see it.
They changed.
Can I interrupt and say that we're gonna have to cut this short pretty soon because our Final Rounds group's gonna be starting up.
Do we actually have
your heals?
Well, all right. Let's not worry about that at the moment. In the essence of cutting this short, essentially what it does, it's like void swap or whatever. I can't remember what it's called, but we'll just call it that at the moment. What it does is it takes whoever your target is.
Your percentage of health with whomever else you choose.
Yes, Jesse, go ahead and speak.
Well, okay. I'm the one that plays priest around here.
Sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, exactly. You pretty much say, oh, hey, burn phase. Oh, look, my tank's almost dead. Switch, heal myself up.
Do you know if they're doing pre-orders or whatever for Mists yet?
Nope. There's no release date on Mist, and I don't think there's any pre-orders. But there is an annual pass, which if you sign up for WoW, then you get a free copy of Diablo 3. and you get like when it comes out, and it's not like a trial edition or anything. It's just free.
Annual pass. You're talking like a whole year worth of game time purchasing at once.
No, it's a basically what you do is you kind of do.
Oh, you just endorse Blizzard for a year and they give you all their crap for free.
Basically what it seems to be like is almost like a contract. It seems basically saying that you can kind of like a car, pay installments over months, and you basically say, yeah, I'm going to be in WoW for the next year.
Max, I think I figured out our hunter issue. Because now I can keep you close to me, but doesn't matter. The cool thing is though, is now I have my stun when you're close to me, so I still have a reason to keep you nearby.
Right. Is that thing
you can? Because right now you have a problem keeping them nearby. I'm excited to see the way that this mechanic is going to work, because the Hunter versus DK thing has always been
currently
big thing.
Yeah.
Especially
if you
between the two of us.
If you get close to me, like even once for 1 second, which I can escort you close to me, you're down to 50% movement speed because of Remorseless Winter.
It doesn't matter because I'm a human and I have a man and I can disengage and all that stuff. So I'm definitely excited to see the way that's going to play out.
But it lasts for 8 seconds, so I just had to get close to you again.
Yeah, but you don't have a cooldown of any sort on that? Oh, you're just going to use your runes, I'm assuming. I'd rather you eat runes for a slow and just kite you around, which is what I'm good at anyways. The way a hunter should play the class, which is stupid that they're changing that dichotomy anyways.
They're not. You're still going to play that class that way. There's already stupid hunters who don't try and get away.
They
have
are,
to figure
and
out.
they're bad at PvP. So.
Exactly. And they're still going to be bad at PvP. Even if they're still trying to DPS me, I'm going to out-DPS them, I can guarantee you.
It is nice, though, being able to shut down hunters by putting them close to you and then just freezing them there.
Good luck.
Max is the only hunter I've seen yet that can beat me.
Well, alright. Looks like we're gonna be getting going too soon in Firelands, but
Alright, so
definitely enjoyed just sitting down and talking about some of the new stuff that's gonna come out. And
right.
We might have more of these videos. It gave me a chance to express the things that I see that's going to be wrong, and the things that I'm looking forward to.
It gave you a chance to bitch.
Excited about? Yeah, it did.
Bitching is nice.
It could just be that right now we're at BlizzCon, so like there's a lot of new and exciting things being foretold or shown, previewed. I can't think of any other ways to say that.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing, yeah, there we go. And the next couple of days of BlizzCon, I'm sure we're going to see more and more interesting things. Maybe not so much mechanics-wise, which is a lot of what we talked about today, but maybe a peek into the new lore stuff. And I'd be interested to talk about that too, especially with how they're restarting the entirety of WoW, pretty much, and that they're tying up all the loose ends.
Right, exactly. It's going to be really interesting to see where they take the series after this. But yeah, you guys got a raid to get to, and I'm going to have to compile this footage and get it out there quickly enough that it matters and people actually watch it. So, alright. So I think that's a wrap. So everybody say bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. STF.
Bye, guys.